The story that just keeps giving, we have to talk about the cocaine found at the White House. Now, we've discussed this ad nauseum. If you followed me for years, we've talked about the coke at the White House. I have some theories, right? Everybody thinks the cocaine is Hunter Biden's. I've told you a million times before. If the cocaine were Hunter Biden's, there wouldn't be any left, okay? He would have finished the whole bag down to the last morsel. Do you think Hunter Biden, with his rotted, gutted out teeth and his history and the laptop, would be leaving his cocaine around? Absolutely not. He would have held onto that thing like the Holy Grail. So I don't think it was Hunter Biden's cocaine at the White House. Second, I don't think it was Kamala Harris's. A lot of people say maybe it was Kamala's cocaine. Honestly, if it were Kamala's cocaine, she probably would have been a lot more productive as a vice president. She probably would have had a lot more energy, but she was a lazy ass who didn't do anything, including going down to the border. But the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they are opening an investigation into the cocaine at the White House. This is being led by Deputy Director Dan Bongino. Let me read you exactly what's going on. So he says, shortly after swearing in, the director and I evaluated a number of cases of potential public corruption that understandably have garnered public interest. We made the decision to either reopen or push additional resources and investigate attention to these cases. Now, here are the cases: the DC pipe bombing investigation, the cocaine discovery at the prior administration's White House. That's the Biden administration. And then also the leak of the Supreme Court Dobbs decision. So Dan Bongino is reopening the investigation into the cocaine at the White House. I could not be happier. I could not be happier about this because let me just tell you, if you go to freaking Walmart, if you go to Buc-ee's, okay, if I go to Buc-ee's and I touch a product and walk on, they can pull up the cameras and see that I picked up a little Bucky Beaver stuffed animal. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Walmart, okay, and you steal some freaking, candy or whatever, they will be able to pull that up. I'm hankering for a little Walmart trip. I could spend a good afternoon at Walmart walking the aisles. That's my peace. Let me have my cart. Let me go walk the aisles, be with the people. Let me look at all the products. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad I don't live in New York anymore, because when you would go to the pharmacy or the stores in New York, everything was locked up. It was behind plastic. It was like the freaking soap was more secure than the southern border under Biden when you would go to these stores. So I'm due for a Walmart run. Shout out to everyone at Walmart. But I could not be happier we're opening this investigation, because they are liars, okay? To tell us you can't pull up the cameras and know exactly who left the cocaine there doesn't make sense. And American people are tired of being lied to. We are tired of being lied to, you guys, telling us, oh, we don't know who left the cocaine at the White House. Listen, I'm at the White House regularly. I've been there quite a few times recently. I haven't looked, but I imagine there are cameras everywhere. For me to go to the White House as press, as a journalist, they check everything. You go through a metal detector. It goes through just like TSA at the airport, but a little bit better, because God bless our Secret Service. So to tell me that you don't know who left the cocaine at the White House, we're supposed to believe this? Get out of here. The government's probably watching us right now. They're probably watching this, okay? The NSA is probably tuning in to Spot On with Link Lauren. So don't tell me that you don't know who left the coke at the White House. It tells me it was someone close to the president or someone who it really would have been consequential if we found out.